Fedosya the Blabbermouth. There is nothing worse than someone who cannot keep their tongue behind their teeth. The worst are those who cannot keep a secret to themselves for even a minute, and immediately tell the whole world. Oh goodness, the gossip I've heard. Look, just don't tell anybody, because it's something that nobody can know. I'm only telling you. And so it begins. The first person to hear tells someone else, then they tell someone else, and that person then tells yet another person. And before you know it, everyone knows the thing that no one should have known. Once upon a time, there lived a husband and a wife, Peter and Fedosya. Everybody liked Fedosya, but her tongue was like a machine. Whatever her husband said, her long tongue tattled to everybody else. Her husband pleaded with her and told her to stop, but nothing helped. One day, Peter went to plough the field, and as luck would have it, he stumbled upon some buried treasure. If the Duke finds out, he will take this away, he thought to himself. He will definitely find out from Fedosya, as she will tell the whole village. What should I do? He took the treasure back home and hid it, without telling his wife. Next day, Peter bought bagels and a rabbit at the market. On the way back, he stopped at the river and threw the fish from the trap. And instead put the rabbit in there. He scattered the fish in different areas of the forest, and he hung the bagels on a pear tree. When he arrived back home, he said to his wife, "Fedosya, let's go to the forest and look for some fish." His wife said, "Are you okay, Peter? Since when do fish live in the forest?" "Why wouldn't fish want to live there?" calmly replied Peter. "Let's get going." Fedosya didn't believe it, but still she went. Arriving at the forest, they saw that under the bushes there were some fish. "See, Fedosya, I told you. It's a miracle." "Come on," said Peter. "Now we need to go to the river and see if a rabbit has been caught in the fish trap." "What are you saying? Have you lost your mind?" said Fedosya. "Where have you seen rabbits being caught in a fish trap?" Still, they went. On the way, they saw a pear tree, all covered in bagels. Fedosya screamed, "Husband! Look, can you see the tree has bagels hanging on it?" "So what? Probably a cloud with bagels rained down and caught on the tree. Now we have bagels," replied the husband. They shook the bagels off the tree and continued to walk to the river. The husband took the trap out of the water and the rabbit was inside it. "My goodness!" yelled Fedosya. They arrived back home, but Fedosya could not calm down. "What a weird day that was! Throughout my whole life, since I was born, I have never witnessed anything like today. Fish in a forest, a rabbit in a fish trap, and bagels growing on a tree." "And even this," replied Peter, "a true miracle today. I found some treasure." "Where is it, husband?" "Right here." He pulled out the treasure that he'd found. Well, well, now you and I will be rich." "Rich?" said the husband. "I don't know about that. If the Duke finds out, he will take the money away. Beware, wife. Do not tell anybody about this, or we'll be in trouble." "All right, I won't tell anybody about this," said Fedosya. That same evening, they heard yells and cries coming from the village. "What is that sound?" asked Fedosya. "Oh, that," said the husband as he laughed to himself. "Our Duke stole some sausages from the market, and now the villagers are beating him with sausages so that he doesn't do it again." And Fedosya believed him. She couldn't wait to tell somebody about this. What an event! I should get going to my friend Melania and tell her about this. "It's better for you not to go. Stay home," Peter stopped her. "Don't you know our Duke? If he finds out that you spoke about him, it will be the end for both of us." Fedosya did not listen to him and went on her way. She couldn't resist telling her friend Melania about all of this news. "There is so much I must tell you," said Fedosya, standing outside of the house. "Just make sure you don't tell anybody." Right away, she whispered about the treasure that her husband had found. As soon as Fedosya left the house, Melania hurriedly put on her shawl and ran to her other friend, Praskovia. "Have you heard about this, Praskovia?" Right away, Praskovia went to Maria, and Maria couldn't resist telling such news to Yevdokia. And so the gossip spread throughout the whole village. After a few days, Peter was summoned before the Duke. The Duke immediately took the poor man to task. "Tell me now, did you find some money?" "No, I didn't find any money," answered Peter. "What do you mean? Your wife has been saying you did." "What can she say? She is not in her right mind." "So that's how it is. Call his wife here," growled the Duke. Right away, Fedosya was led before the Duke. "Did your husband find some money?" asked the Duke. "Yes, sir, he did," answered Fedosya. "Well, what do you say now?" the Duke said angrily. "What can I say? She lies about everything she can. Just ask her when that happened," answered Peter. "When did you find the money?" the Duke asked Fedosya. "What do you mean, when? It was the very day when my husband and I were walking in the forest collecting fish. And then a bagel cloud rained and we shook the bagels off a tree. Also, we caught a rabbit in the fish trap." "Do you hear what she's saying?" said Peter. "Let her say exactly when and how it all happened." "Well, yes, when and how. It was on that very day when you, sir, were in trouble." "Why do you say I was in trouble that day?" asked the Duke. "Well, because it all happened that day when you were getting beaten with sausages for stealing sausages from the market." The Duke yelled, "You? How dare you say that to me? Take this woman away and punish her so that she doesn't dare tell such lies." Just then, Peter stepped in and pleaded against the punishment of his wife. The Duke thought for a bit and agreed not to punish silly Fedosya. As Fedosya and Peter walked back home, he laughed to himself as she dejectedly hung her head. "Fedosya, my dear wife," said Peter, "I didn't let you down. You let yourself down. Don't let your tongue run away with you, and nothing bad will happen." After all that, they made up. Fedosya changed her ways and stopped being such a blabbermouth. They lived happily ever after.